Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about CKB, DRM, and Yokai Swap. So let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As you guys can see, the CKB charts are not looking good. Staring at a daily chart, this time sequence was brutal to us. I do think, I do think that price action is a little bit too far away from this Ichimoku cloud. It's just this distance that makes me feel uncomfortable. So I do think that there might be a chance that we could see CKB come back up towards this lower trend line here, somewhere around this 0.0102-ish level. If it can hop back up into this channel, great. But I fear that this thing could be on its way down to maybe this 007-ish level. But I mean, rest assured, these are some great prices right now. So not financial or trading advice. I do think that there might have been this completion of an ABCDE corrective wave that did happen. Let's just throw up a little bit of a retracement. Nothing really to look at there. Let's just do another retracement here. And you can definitely see how price did come right down to this 127-ish level. Fairly common bounce spot or, pivot point when it comes to retracements and extensions, this 127% level. A lot of times traders will flip their positions at the 127 or 161.8. Now, if we come up to this penny level and fail again, there might be a slow bleed out or something like that down to 0.00686-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. So really, over the next few days, my prediction for CKB, possibly this 008.5 up to a penny. If you see it really kind of break below this 0.008, just know that this 0.0068-ish level could be in store. Now let's move on to this DRM chart here, folks. And what I did was I just measured a little Fibonacci retracement. And you can see that price action has kind of stopped right around this 200%-ish level. So this is great to see. Not a guarantee that DRM is done with its downward rampage, but it could be a decent indication that it is trying to break free. We can notice that there might have been some sort of squeeze pattern that's happening right now, some sort of falling wedge that could produce a nice upside with DRM. I forgot what price it was at the last time. Volume is super low across the board, and liquidity is super low. So this thing could be fairly easily manipulated to some respects. Now, I do think that there is this very nice ABCDE corrective wave that did happen to the downside, and we're looking at the 4-hour chart as well. So it would make sense that we see a squeeze pattern right around this 200% with ABCDE corrective wave that hits. I'm thinking a bounce in my opinion. So I don't know. I think that if we see DRM continue further down, let's just pull up a little retracement and see where this thing might possibly land. If we see DRM continue to go down, looks like $8.62, $7.52, $5.47. Let's hope that doesn't happen. However, let's just say that there's a reversal point here. Where could this thing possibly run up to? Maybe this $12.83, $13, even on up to this $16.41-ish, somewhere in there, if we can get some sort of retest at this D point. And if that did happen, I would be cheering that we would see DRM maybe kind of do one of these inverse head and shoulders and really start cruising to the upside. One thing I'm not liking about this is the stochastic RSI. It kind of appears that we are seeing a rising wedge out of this, meaning there is some sort of triangular pattern that could be forming here to drop the market. And it's way up. It could stay up. This stochastic RSI could stay up there for a while, but we'll see. So that is DRM. Now let's look at YOK. Good old Yokai Swap. Now, full disclosure on Yokai Swap, I have positioned myself back into Yokai Swap. Not saying that you should. I just like to provide full disclosure when it comes to these more sensitive cryptocurrencies, not like CKB, etc. I'm mining CKB. I'm holding CKB. I'm loving CKB, right? But let's just go ahead here. This is the one thing I hate about Aave decks, folks, is that I have to basically redo every single thing every time I come into these charts just for these videos. So now with Yokai Swap, we can kind of see something very similar to DRM, and that is just this. That is just this ABCDE corrective wave that could possibly happen, and it's tough to really tell, where E should be placed here. But it is what it is. I ended up scooping up about, I don't know, 12,000 or so YOK. I thought it was a good price. 3 cents for a YOK. Not to mention that there is kind of this little falling wedge that could be getting ready to produce a nice little bounce here. We'll just have to wait and see. But with this said, let's just throw up a little mega Fibonacci retracement here, and I'm just going to go from this swing low to this swing high. And I just want to just zoom in on this to make sure I got everything right. That looks good. This looks pretty good right there. Now let's take a peek and see where price is at. So price right now is kind of tangling, it would appear, with this golden ratio, the 160-1.8. Quite possibly, we can see how this has interacted with the 141. Really tried to press through it, and then it couldn't. So the 161.8, folks, that's a great point to see reversals happen, things like that. So I do think that there could be this chance that we could see Yokai Swap maybe get a bounce. Liquidity is a lot better than DRM. Volume's pretty low, though, with Yokai to boot. So someone made a comment on Yokai Swap on Twitter the other day, folks, and they said, if Yokai Swap can get YOK on other exchanges to the point where people didn't have to give up CKB and other cryptocurrencies to buy Yokai Swap, meaning that we have to swap our current holdings for Yokai, I think people would rather just buy it outright with cash or USDC, whatever the nature may be. So I do think that was a great point to see. Let me know what you guys think about CKB, DRM, and Yokai Swap. Specifically DRM and Yokai. What are you guys thinking about both of those? We'll see you guys in the next video.